Breakfast is on. Well, it's the first day of spring, so I'm just getting the camp nice and tidied up. Take you on a tour of what I'm doing. So over here I'm just building a new heat shield and wind protector from the fire. It should hopefully make the smoke go vertical. It's already raised because it's on the altar. Now I've got some chicken which I'm going to cook in a minute. I started cooking it, but the fire sort of went out. So while I've got the flames, I thought I'd boil some water and carry on with the dishes in a minute. Other things I'm doing, I've got all my recycling together here, bits of plastic packaging, and I'm going to sort all my tin cans out and stuff like that. And these bike bits here, I'm going to try to turn them into a water wheel and run a little 12-volt generator off it. Charge a little leisure battery, get it on a trickle charge. It's on 24 hours, 7 days a week. You know, I only need a laptop, my telephone and a few lights at night. So, you know, LEDs are pretty good these days, so I should smash it. What a magical day. More like this, please. Very nice. Feel totally chilled today. I just finished this chicken off, wrapped in tin foil, and bunged a load of cloves of garlic in with it. And it's so tender. It's amazing. Oh, yeah. So our Ferris. Look how fat you've got, Ferris, eh? Ain't you all nice and fat now? Been feeding him every day. And he's put on the pounds. Quite a happy cat now. Today I've just been down the river and I've found 4 pieces of this Celotex stuff, and I've borrowed. Malcolm had 2 in the barn there. That extra therm one, and these little bits here. All the rest here are muddy and a bit rank. That came out the river though, all that, and so did all this come out the river. It's really quite clean, so it can't have been in there very long. And then I've got a bit of polystyrene over there just to fill in that gap. So the job is today, I've insulated behind there, battened it to the wall, and now I'm just getting these timbers here, 1, 2, 3 I've put in, to fill in, nail them to the battens, and then put a window sill on, and I've got a lovely window sill and an insulated and pallet timber clad wall. I'm very impressed with this because that's going to be really warm. Now I've got a few other problems in this shack right now, which is fireplace revisited. Smoke's coming in again, and the reason why is everything started to dry out. So where I put clay in between all the gaps in this masonry, the gaps now have expanded, so when I light a fire, smoke just infiltrates. And I've also sealed all of this, all that's sealed. As you can see, that's sealed pretty good now with decorator's cork, which is £1 a tube from Wilko. So I've used about, on the whole place, about 10 tubes of that. Got to do a few more bits up there. That Celotex there also came out of the river. So loads of stuff's come out of this river. But because I've made it airtight, smoke was coming in before, but it was just going out all the holes. Now when the smoke comes in, it doesn't go out any of the holes. It gets really nice and warm in here, but it gets really smoky. So yesterday, I got inside the chimney. I haven't finished this job. And you probably can't make this out, but I've, there's a bit in the light. I've gunked up all the holes with my bush concrete potash mix and stuffed it in all the gaps. Now I've only gone up not that far, about 2-3 foot. I've got to do the whole chimney, so this bottom section's done. Now I've got to save up some more potash and do the rest of it. So it's all good and it's all bad at the same time, and today is a lovely day, so I'm just making the most of it. What a smasher. Game on down the Spamyard. What does tards like that? If anyone out there knows what that is, what scat that is, can you give me a shout? Because I have no idea. Look at the size of it. There's one there. There's one monstrous one there. Looks like human tards. And then there's another one there. Definitely not dog poop, because it doesn't smell. And there's another one there. And another one there. And another one there. And another one there. What is doing all this poop? There's something around here. Something lives down here. And it's freaking big, whatever it is. So here we have the wild garlic. All the way down there, all the way up there, and it goes further down the stream. So there's some nice primroses around here. So I'm going to take a few of these. And what I tend to do when I'm picking sort of things like this, you know what I mean? I don't just take it all off one plant, because you're just going to demolish the plant and kill it. So the idea is you just take, I don't know, that there's a couple of leaves off that one. There's a leaf off that one. Let's have one around that side. So, you know, I've got 5 off there. I'll take that one off that one. That one off that one. Sort of, you know, you take one off each. That one off that one, that one off that one. And that one off that one. So you're not really damaging the ecology, because that will just grow another leaf. But if you take all the leaves off, you'd probably kill the plant, which would be stupid, because then there won't be any the next year. So same with anything you forage. Like, I forage clams down the beach, but I've quit doing it now because I've noticed other people doing it. The birds do it. Before long there won't be any clams left, so I've knocked it on the head. They're really tasty, they're really beautiful, but word gets around, and then before you know it, you've wiped out a whole ecology. So it's a fine line between being greedy, knowing what you're doing, and, you know, just looking after the ecology of the place. And look where you stand as well, you know. Try not to stand directly on top of the wild garlic, because you'll just kill it off. Lovely example when you're picking. There you go, primrose, right? Is it primrose? No, it's not. That's a dock leaf. But can you tell the difference between the primrose and the dock leaf? You see, there's a dock leaf, there's a primrose. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but when they're in this close vicinity or proximity, and they got all the flowers, you think, oh yeah, I'll dive in there and grab a few of those, get the biggest one, which is actually a dock leaf. and that would make everything taste really bitter and astringent and horrible. So there's quite an interesting one there, you know. Well, I found out I was doing those massive poops. Badger set. Just down, I've stepped over the fence line and walked down here, follow the game trails. Big badger hole. Here's the point at which they get underneath the fence to get onto this side of the land. I was wondering, I thought we had wild boar down here or something like that, but it's obviously badgers. Look at this bit of land. Look at what's happened to it. I'm just completely baffled as to what had turfed up the land like this. But obviously it's badgers. There must be quite a few of them. Really sort of damaged this field a bit. But there we go, that's what happens. That's nature, I suppose. We'll keep it. Where are you going, Ferris, eh? Look at him, look how fat he is now. Fat cat. A nice little project to do, if you're into your bushcrafting and business like that, is to make this stuff, char cloth. Now all I've done is get a backy tin from the market, which was 99p. It had some crappy picture on it. Not anymore. And then I got this stuff here, which is an old pair of jeans I had. Brown jeans. So it's like denim basically. I'll just use denim. Worked a treat. Got some really nice char cloth there. And if you're out there and you don't know what char cloth is, because I guess some people on my feed are just old friends from school. They probably don't know any of this stuff. When I use my flint striker, you put sparks on that and it just catches straight away. And you blow it and you've got an instant ember. In like 1 second you'll have an ember. I'm not going to do a tutorial on that today, but I will at some point. You know, I'll just show you how I do it. I don't know. Don't really like the word tutorial. It's a bit sort of like slave and master type of stuff, which I'm not into. But I like to show people the way I do stuff, because if I'm doing it wrong, you can tell me, or if you've got a different opinion on things, then tell me. If not, don't. I don't mind. But yeah, all you do is you just drill a little hole in the top of the tin, like so. Put your cloth in, chuck that in the embers of the fire. When the smoke stops coming out of the hole, you're done. Simple as that. And potato salad and a primrose and sorrel salad with a wild garlic dressing. So here's our bannock. That is what I call perfect. Okay, let's get my chopping board. I found this piece of wood in the river and it's awesome. I'm going to sand it down. It's a massive bit of oak. It's like really thick and chunky. Look at the thickness of that bit there. Once I sand it back, you can see I started a bit over here. It's going to have this awesome oak grain in it. But I'm going to get the electric sander on it, because hand sanding it's just going to be way too much like hard work. So I'll take it up to the garage and just get the belt sander on it and just give it a blitz for half hour. So there's my bannock. So here's a bit with the butter on it. I have my butter salted as well. So oh, I know I've got to reset the fire after cooking the bannock and boil some spuds for this potato salad. So what I've got in here is some tiny little thin sticks, then some thicker sticks, and then some thin sticks on top. When I get it burning, I'm going to chuck some more thin sticks on top of that. Pot's on. Now, I know people have got every different way of doing things, but my general rule of thumb is if I'm boiling water, you want flames, and if I'm simmering or cooking meat like chicken or steaks or something, or sausages, then you want embers. So right now I want the water to boil pretty quick, so I've got a lot of fuel in there and some flames, unburnt wood, so that should boil up pretty quick. And here we have our potatoes ready for the pot. In fact, I'll chuck them in now. Right, so there's some primrose leaves and some sorrel leaves. I'm just going to chop some tomatoes, put it on top, make a dressing, dress it. These guys here I'm going to stir fry. After I've cooked my steak, I'm going to use the juices from the steak. I'm going to slice these, throw them in, some olive oil, toss them around, a bit of garlic, and then sesame oil on top, and just have some basically stir fried greens. Come out very much like pak choy. They're awesome. So I've just realised I wanted to crush some garlic in the pestle, and I don't have a mortar, so I'm going to go and make one. I'll be back. Whilst my water's boiling, I'm going to turn this into a basher, which I believe is the mortar side of it. I'm not. Righto. Now, as I've been carving this, I believe this is the pestle, and that is the mortar. My logic is that when you graduate from university, you get a mortar board as a hat. And that looks more like a mortar board hat than this. If I turn it upside down, it's a hat. Anyway, that's my logic. I don't know if I'm right. But it'll be a Google for later, because I hate not knowing things. Next thing to go into the dressing mix is some wild garlic. I'm just going to give it a little chop first, and then I'll chuck it in and give it a bash up. Right, that's gone in. Let's get my newfangled tool to work. Right, you get the idea. I'm just going to give that a good bash up. Put some pepper in there. There's a bit of salt. Now we've got olive oil. Nice bit of olive oil. Yes, sirree. This chap here is balsamic vinegar, but the labels come off because I left it out in the rain. Good glug of balsamic. This one is sesame oil. I'll get the lid off it. Oh, it smells awesome. Nice bit of sesame oil. I'm going to stir fry these other leaves in that sesame oil in a minute. Well, I'm not going to fry it in them, I'm just going to chuck it on at the end. Once they've fried in olive oil, I'll put the sesame oil right on the end. And the last thing is a bit of honey. I'm just going to use my camping knife here, my carving knife. I use this knife for everything. Buttering my bread, divvying up my honey. But you gotta be careful. When you lick that blade, one, it tastes of metal because it's carbon steel, and two, it's so sharp. Carve your tongue up. Right, let's give this a mix. Oh man, look at that dressing. That's gonna be unbelievable. Okay, these guys are perfect, so I'm going to take them to the stream and cool them down really quickly. So there's our potato salad done. And some. I used all the mayonnaise, you know, because out here it doesn't last. So, you know, you've got to use it within 5 days, or it goes rancid and horrible and tastes really vinegary. You don't want to be eating that stuff. It'd probably be really bad for you. So I've just reset the fire again. Now I've got my pan on there. to do my steak. So steak, little bit of salt, grind some pepper on there, which I'll do. I can't do it because I'm holding the camera with this hand, because that's the way I do stuff, because I can't work out a selfie stick in here because I can't jam it in the ground because the ground's rock hard. Anyway, I'll get on with cooking this steak and then I'll start plating up. Direct to the bottom of that cast iron, it's going to be ideal. Now I've just put the seasoned side in, so while that's cooking, just season up the other side. Then I've got salt and pepper on both sides. Oh, look at that, flambéed as well. Amazing. These primrose leaves, I'm just cooking them in the leftovers from the steak. I'm basically treat them the same as spinach. So there we are. Steak, potato salad, wild garlic, wild salad, which consists of basically sorrel leaves, primrose leaves, and then stir-fried primrose leaves with sesame oil and bannock bread. Not bad. I'm going to go and get the dressing for that. Did you enjoy that, Ferris? Here's my chopping block after I've sanded it and rubbed it down with tung oil, which is this stuff here. Pure tung oil. Premium pure and natural oil for wood care, ideal for use on food contact surfaces. Suitable for interior and exterior use. So I'm really happy with that. It's just glowing now, look at it. It's gone golden. Now I'm letting that soak in, and once it's soaked in I'll give it a little buff and it should bring it back to like a sheen. I'm really happy with that. That piece of wood came out the river and it was covered in mud and it looked disgusting. I washed it, give it a good scrub, let it dry out by the fire for 2 weeks. It's been drying out, I suppose. And then today I took it up to the workshop and got the belt sander on it. But I couldn't really belt sand it, I had to plane it first. So I planed the top off it with a really fine plane, which is really awkward to be honest, and then belt sanded it afterwards. So there's quite a lot of work gone into that. But it's come out so nice, I'm really happy. That's a lifer right there.